Welcome to Beyond the Flare. I'm Ann Baker, a lifelong survivor of mast cell disease and someone who lives daily with chronic illness. But my story doesn't end there. This podcast is where I share how I manage chronic illness while pursuing a fulfilling and creative life. You'll find practical tips, personal stories, and encouragement to help you navigate your journey. Thank you for being here. Welcome to Beyond the Flare.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Beyond the Flare, a space where we dive deep into the realities of living with chronic illness. I'm Ann Baker, a long-term survivor of chronic illness, including mast cell disease, and I am so excited to share this journey with you. Now, this podcast isn't just about the struggles we face. It's about finding the moments of victory, celebrating resilience, and building a community that will truly understand what it means to live with a chronic illness every day. So whether you're a fellow warrior or a loved one of a fellow warrior or simply curious to learn more, you found the right place. I should have everything here. In today's episode, I'll share a little about my story, the vision for this podcast, and what you can expect in the episodes to come. So let's start with a bit about me. I've been navigating the complexities of mast cell disease and other chronic conditions for years. Actually, I was born with it. It's a genetic condition. So for those who don't know what mast disease is, mast cell disease affects the immune system. It can lead to severe allergy reactions, chronic inflammation, anaphylaxis, and so much more. It's a daily challenge. But it's also taught me a lot about resilience, adaptability, and most importantly, self-care. This podcast stems from my desire to shed light on the realities of living with chronic illness, the good parts, the bad parts, the in-between. And too often our stories are overlooked. Too often we're misunderstood. So my goal is to create a space where we can share these stories authentically and unapologetically. So here are some of the topics that we'll explore together. So we'll talk about home and self-care. So from creating a safe home environment and a comforting environment to managing your energy on tough days. We'll talk about travel tips. And yes, travel is still possible. I travel. I'll share practical advice from navigating the world of travel with chronic illness. Have those tough but necessary conversations with your friends or your families or your doctors and even your coworkers. And then we'll discuss advocacy and awareness and ways to raise awareness about chronic illnesses like mast cell disease and advocate for better understanding and support from the community, from doctors, from researchers. And then we'll talk about moments of joy and victory because even in the hardest times, there are moments worth celebrating. So through interviews, personal stories, and expert advice, this podcast will be a resource and a source of encouragement, I hope, for anyone and everyone affected by chronic illness. But most importantly, this podcast is a conversation. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your stories, your struggles, your victories. So let's create a community where we can learn and support each other. Deal? So whether you're tuning in from your couch or your bed or even on a rare good day, just know that you're not alone. Together, we'll explore what it means to live fully and authentically, even with the challenges of chronic illness. And hopefully this will help someone. Thank you for joining me for this very first episode of Beyond the Flare. I can't wait to connect with you and dive deeper into this journey. And don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share this podcast with anyone who might need it, because you never know who you're going to help. Until next time, take care of yourself because you know what? You're worth it. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.